Welcome back. Now it's about time for one of my favorite segments on the show, parenting. And with us today we have the amazing Ochukwu Prudence Daniels. Now she is the founder of Mama Hill Montessori, and she's been doing this for quite a while, and she's here to help us tackle this issue of over or under parenting. When are we overdoing it? When are we underselling it? You're here to talk to us about that. Welcome back to the show and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and Happy New Year, Nigeria.
So I didn't actually know it could be referred to as over-parenting, but I guess it makes sense, over-parenting. Maybe I myself have probably been overbearing in some cases, but then where do I draw the line? How do I know when I'm overdoing it?
Okay, well, over-parenting can be tagged the helicopter parents or the Greyhawk.
Okay.
Like you're hovering over the children. So the thing is drawing the line between safety and independence.
Okay.
Every child has got innate ability to adapt in life in general.
Okay.
And once parents understand that, it helps them to back off a little bit in terms of letting their children be and letting their children problem solve, like solve problems, letting them have their way in certain areas. Like Maria Montessori says, never help a child with a task at which he or she can actually succeed alone.
Wow. Never help a child
with a task at which he feels he can succeed. If your child feels he can succeed on his own doing a particular task, leave him to do it.
Step back.
Yes.
Okay. So, you know, there's always been this thing about parents not wanting their children to go through what they went through. So, you know, there are a lot of nannies and carers and helpers around doing a lot of things, chores, normal, you know, things, household duties that we probably in our generation used to just do because it was there to be done. But then you have a lot of parents that are not, in quote, forcing or enforcing those parenting methods. Could this be considered under-parenting?
Well, there are basically three types of parenting. Okay. Authoritative, authoritarian, and what do you call it?
Permissive?
Permissive. That's the word, permissive. So what you're describing falls into the permissive. Parents who feel that, oh, I went through hell when I was growing up. I don't want my children to go through that kind of situation. So they get to over-pamper, do a whole lot for their children, let their children be. They don't trust their children enough to do what they can actually do on their own. Okay. And the result of that is huge. In the future, the children, they're not just only undependent, they are very clingy and undependent. They can fail at certain tasks because you're actually setting up your children for failure if you're under parenting. But over parenting, when you're hovering around your child, you won't let them be. So I think that somewhere along the middle, somewhere around, is very tricky. But you need to understand when to back up. Like, allow your children do stuff on their own, watch them, have conversation with them. The key is engagement. Okay. Once you engage your children and you build that trust, your children will respect and honor that space and allow you to see the beauty of their involvement.
Okay, so I'm wondering if there are some key points we can give parents to look out for, to find out if they're either over or under parenting.
Yeah. When your child, when you're doing everything for your child, you're over-parenting, definitely. And when you're neglecting that child completely, you're under-parenting. Because under-parenting tends towards neglect. Like letting your child not have the benefit of having a parent to look over them. Not having the benefit of someone to have confidence in, to be able to cry to. So the key is get your children engaged, converse gainfully with your children, and give them space. For teenagers, for example, you don't need to be in their faces all the time. Teenagers want to have that private moments sometimes. Even at difficult situations when they have to problem solve, like troubleshoot or those kind of things, you need to let your children have
I have some parents that are probably watching right now that are thinking, teenagers, that's when you have to have a strong hand. That's when you need to hold them. You have to make sure that they don't go astray, you know. And especially with the advent of social media, all sorts of TV and media that the kids are exposed to now. At the age of, you know, preteens and teenage years, it does feel like it's hard to know when you are under-parenting.
When you overdo it, children will rebel.
Okay.
The slightest opportunity they have, they will just explode. But when they understand that there's a level of trust, and then there's someone who has their back, make your children understand that you have their backs, and then they can thrive and have that confidence to know that there's someone they can always go to.
Okay.
Lots of children these days hide things from their parents because they are not sure of what the outcome of telling would be.
Okay.
So parents need to help their children gain that confidence to be able to come to them when there are issues they cannot resolve on their own. And like I said earlier, every child is set up for adaptation. That is inborn.
Okay.
And so as parents, we need to set the stage for those features, for those qualities in our children to blossom.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I have to say a big thank you to you, as always. I love the Montessori method that you use, and especially because it's all about learning by doing, actively being part of it, and not just sending the kids to school and expecting parents to do, teachers to do everything for them. I was thinking about the fact that during the lockdown, a lot of parents began to realize where they were lacking and how much more they had to get involved in their kids' education. With education matters, some kids can be a little lazy, you know, and you need to push. Do you think there's an exception when it comes to education, as quickly as possible?
Yeah, when it comes to education, there's no limits.
Okay.
The truth is, children learn with every circumstances they are presented with. Okay. So whether at home or at school, parents ought to help that environment, that learning process in their kids, like getting them involved. I spoke about engagement earlier. That is the key. Engaging your children in every activity. They learn through research. They can count on the road. They can, you know, every activity at home is a learning process.
Thank you so much, Prudence Daniels, for being here with us. And we know we'll have you again next week, by God's grace. So we would love to hear your comments and contributions. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC so we can hear what you have to say.
It's always a pleasure.
Mary is standing by in the kitchen, the chef.